Hello everyone, welcome to the daily current affairs analysis of the Shankar IAS Academy. And so before moving into the topics for discussion, there's just few announcements to be made. So our current affairs video from hereafter would be posted every day at 8:30 a.m. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and don't miss the notification for everyday current affairs video for your UPSC preparation. And also our Shankar IAS Academy is conducting the All India Mock Test series for the UPSC Prelims, and it is conducted on these dates 4th of May 2025, 11th of May and 18th of May 2025. So the interested students can join the test series to boost up your UPSC prelims practice. Now looking into the topics for discussion, the first article looks into the terror attacks since 2000 in Jammu and Kashmir region, and this article is from the Hindu. The next article discusses about the World Immunization Week and importance of the vaccines, and this article is from the WHO website, and it will also be available in Hindu as well as in the Indian Express. The next article titled Mohammed Qutb Shah's Tomb Restoration from the Hindu discusses about the Qutb Shah's Tomb Restoration, which has the tile work and also part of the Persian architecture. And the next article titled Electoral and Digital Presence from the Hindu discusses about the merging of traditional electoral practice versus the electoral practice related to the digital propagandas. So how it is altered between the ads versus the propaganda, where it has been too politicalized. And the next article titled Electoral Vote and Aadhaar Linkage from the Hindu again discusses about the linkage of the Aadhaar card with the voter ID and their consequences and impact. So without any much further delay, let's get into the articles discussion one by one. Another devastating news for the humanity. Here, yesterday, at least 26 people were killed as the militants opened fire at the tourists visiting the Baisaran Valley in the Pahalgam of Jammu and Kashmir. So here, the content is a devastating terrorist attack has been occurred in the Baisaran Meadow near Pahalgam of Jammu and Kashmir, and 26 tourists and other injuries were happened to over 3 dozen others. So here it is one of the deadliest assaults on civilians in the region in recent years. So here a group identifying Kashmir resistance brought in opposition to India's policies, their settlement of the outsiders in that region as their motive for this deadliest action. So here, through the article, we are bringing in a look back at the major terror attacks on civilians in Jammu and Kashmir since the 2000. So here it helps us to understand the importance of the internal security for the people, for India as well as for the humanity in itself. So the major civilian terror attacks in Jammu and Kashmir from the year 2000 to 25. First is Chatti Singhpura massacre, which killed 36 Sikhs in the Untitled by the militants. So here this is the map of the Jammu and Kashmir along with Ladakh. So this is the region of Untitled. This is the district. So the Pahalgam place is also in the Anantnag district, and the Nunwan base camp, which is also in the Anantnag. Here it happened on August 2000, where it killed 32 along with Amarnath pilgrims. So the next is Sheshnag attack, which happened in 2001. Here 13 pilgrims were killed at the Amarnath Yatra camp. Next is the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly attack in 2001. Here suicide car bomb killed 36 in Srinagar. So here you can map the Srinagar. Next is the Chandwari attack of 2002. Here 11 Amarnath pilgrims were killed. Next is Lower Munda improvised explosive device blast in November 2002. Here it killed 19 of 9 forces, women and also children. And Nadimak massacre, where 24 Kashmiri Pandits were killed in Pulwama. So here is the Pulwama. Next, Pulwama car bombing. 13 civilians along with the Central Reserve Police Force have been killed. And Kulgam laborers killing, where laborers from Bihar and Nepal were killed. Then Amarnath Yatra bus attack in 2017 in Anantnag, and now recently the Pahalgam tourist attack, where multiple tourists were killed along with 20 plus injured in the firing. So as a conclusion, we all know that Jammu and Kashmir has still been a sensitive and a conflict prone zone region, where due to its strategic location, cross-border tensions and also long-standing insurgency issues. So since 1989, the militancy activities have been bringing in violence, affecting not just the security personnel or the police forces, but also the civilians, especially people of the religious minorities, people for the pilgrims, people for the tourists and other migrant laborers, and the civilians in total. So this activity is to spread fear, disturb the communal harmony, and also gain international attention. So we all know that the US vice president visit, which was recently happened before the April 22nd, and also the visit of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Saudi Arabia were also should be taken into account. So these all happened during the timeline of these events. So here there has been an attempt to communalize the conflict and deter tourism, which is also one of the vital economic activity for the region. So today, April 24 to April 30 has been celebrated as the World Immunization Week, and for this year 2025, it stands as a half point of immunization agenda of 2030 by the WHO. So in 2025, it stands as a midway mark for the immunization week, as it brings in the coverage gap where in 2023 22 plus million children missed their first measles dose. So the aim is to bring equity focus where to push to bridge vaccine gaps in undeserved communities. So what is the World Immunization Week? So here for this year 2025, the theme is immunization for all is humanly. So here their idea is to bring in immunization program for anywhere and to anyone at any point of time. So which is for the humankind in itself. So the dates are for April 24 to April 30 of 2025, and it is organized by the World Health Organization, that is the WHO. So, looking into their main objectives to raise awareness on vaccines benefits, vaccines importance, where it prevents 30 plus disease in the society. Next is to ensure political commitment and strong health systems, where there is partnership of different departments and strategies, promoting public and community engagement, and to support the goals of the universal vaccine coverage, that is the immunization agenda of 2030. So looking into the initiatives involved, first is the humanly possible. It is a theme for global storytelling campaign on vaccines impact. So here the partnerships are WHO, UNICEF, Gavi, which is a vaccine alliance, and support throughout the country level action. So here the toolkits involve WHO offering communication resource for awareness, and it also includes participants of national as well as local governments, many frontline health workers, the civil society, media, and many community advocates. So it a partnership of every responsible departments. Now looking into the advantages, first it's the goal of saving lives. So almost 154 million lives were saved in the 50 years of the vaccines. Then for the child survival, so here 40% of infant survival is linked to the vaccines and the diseases. Then it prevents outbreaks. So here it protects from measles, polio, etc. So here measles, we know it's a viral disease, and polio is also viral disease which has been eradicated from our country in 2014 due to through the polio program. And next, it economic gains. It brings in cuts in long term of the healthcare cost and affordability, and bringing in herds immunity. So it protects the every community and herds, even the unvaccinated. So this, when it comes to India, this goal aligns with our universal immunization program, and also the mission Indradhanush, and also sustainability development goals under health of 3 in, and the subtype would be 3.be, where it brings in the importance of the access of the vaccines for everyone. So the week of immunization is not just for the application, but also for the importance and awareness of the vaccines for many communities, especially related to pregnant women and children. Which of the following are objectives of the Immunization Agenda 2030? First is to achieve universal immunization coverage, strengthen health systems to deliver vaccines equitably, eradicate all vaccine preventable diseases by 2025, and this statement is wrong. So it's obviously option 1 and 2 are only right. Now, looking into the next news, reviving a lost craft, Muhammad Qutb Shah's tomb restoration in Hyderabad offers an opportunity to revive the 17th century tile art. So here, the place of the sixth ruler of the Qutb Shahi dynasty of the Deccan is among the most beautiful tombs and has an estimated 2 lakh handmade tiles of various colors apart from complex stucco work. So here stucco can be a mixture of cement and sand to have a rustic appearance. So here, or a coarse appearance. So here the topic comes in the prelims under history and art and culture, and generally under history of the UPSC syllabus. So why it is in the news, restoration of the 17th century tomb of Muhammad Qutb Shah in Hyderabad, Telangana are currently carried out by the AKTC, that is Aga Khan Trust of Culture, in collaboration with the Department of Heritage. So basically, Department of Heritage of any states would come under the Ministry of Culture. So this is the tomb. Now, getting to know about Qutb Shahi's dynasty, which is from 1518 to 1687 AD. So here the Qutb Shahi dynasty is a Persianate Shia Islamic dynasty ruling over the Golconda region in present day Telangana. So here the founder is Sultan Quli Qutb ul Mulk Shahi after the collapse of the Bahmani kingdom, and the dynasty came to an end in 1867 during the reign of the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, and annexing the Golconda during the Mughal Empire. So here the Qutub Shahis are known to be as patrons of Persianate Shia culture and also for the Persian language. So during the reign of the Qutub Shahi dynasty, Telugu, along with Persian language, Telugu was also given important place in the kingdom. So for who is the tomb? It is the Muhammad Qutub Shah. So he is the nephew and son-in-law of the founder of the Golconda Sultanate of Hyderabad, that is the Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah. So Muhammad Qutub Shah was born in 1593 and he ruled as the Sultan of Golconda from 1612, and he died in 1626. And we can see after his death, the dynasty came to an end by 1687. So what about the tomb architecture? So here it has distinctive green and glazed, like on a shimmery level, glazed dome and intricate tile work to reintroduce and preserve the art of tile work from that era, especially where it helps to revive the once lost craft. So how it makes it to be a distinctive work of art? So here it is the only place, that is at the Qutub Shahi Heritage Park, where the founding of the tile work is there, which is in dome structure, and the tile work on is on the minarets and facade, which makes it to be more intricate. So here you can see the tile work, and the tile is like a mosaic. So here you can see how it has a uh, glazed show, and also how it is in green and blue color. So here the original craft, it comes from the Central Asia, where there are buildings that did not have access to stone. So you can see how the usage of tiles were made for the buildings. So the builders, they are from the medieval Central Asia who used the tile, where it stood as a waterproof mechanism to protect the bricks from the rain. So more than usage of stones, they used of tiles, where it stood as a waterproof mechanism to protect the bricks from the rain. So it was used in all parts of the Muslim world, from Turkey to India. So here the tiles were glazed twice. So in kin, that is the furnace used for the burning of the tiles. Here they were glazed twice in the furnace, that is the kin, and all are handmade. So here the tile has variations in color shade with the slightest temperature change, where it leads to even more beautiful colors. So these are the details about the artwork found. Now let's go on to the prelims practice question. So consider the following statements with respect to tomb architecture of Qutub Shahi dynasty. Statement 1: built on raised platform, dome structures with square bases surrounded by pointed arches. Next statement: it reflects a blend of Persian as well as Indian architectural style, And third statement, originally adorned with blue and green tiles. And the fourth statement, the structures exhibit intricately carved stonework and are surrounded by landscape gardens. So I asked the students to put in the answer which of these statements are right: 1 and 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 4, or all the above. So the next article title, India's Digital Infodemic in Elections. So here this article brings in notes from 5 states elections where targeted campaigns and pointed propagandas have made their way directly to private messages, that is through the digital platform, shaping a public opinion and discourses in unexpected way, and thereby offering a modern means to electoral. So this topic mainly comes under mains GS paper 3 under technology, and GS paper 2 in governance, and even for ethics and GS paper 4, where topics such as ethical concerns and dilemmas in public administration related to the dissemination of information and data, then also about digital manipulation, then versus the idea of truth versus propaganda when it comes to media, especially social media. So what is the news? So here it is the traditional way meets the digital way, where the Indian elections are normally known for their rallies, speeches, door-to-door outreach, but now in this generation significantly, which is shift post 2014, there is rise of digital campaigning. So here the social media, it bypasses the traditional media's means and ways. So here why it is in the news, the ongoing elections for 2024-25 brought in the importance of digital strategy. So here they try to shape the current Lok Sabha election campaign. So rise in political misinformation. So we all know, we all have been very adhered to the social media such as WhatsApp, Instagram, which leads us to have a pre-opinionated or presumed idea or opinion about fact checking facts, where it leads to fact checking platforms and civil society groups as they are reporting on political disinformation. And it encrypted platforms through like WhatsApp, Instagram, and so on. So the looking into the growing concerns, many different sectors and groups such as scholars, media, and election watchdogs, they have raised it as a alarm where there is digital manipulation on voter profiling, and also having a voter profiling which can lead to biases and misuse of private messaging. So before WhatsApp or Instagram, which is used for personal messages, now it is used as a propaganda in itself. So here we can see India's experience as one of the case study, as it is seen as one of the larger democracies which tries to balance their right of free expression along with the electoral integrity in this digital age. So there are different topics to be found. First is free expression, having electoral integrity, and in the digital space. So all of these topics have scopes to be interlinked. So here WhatsApp is seen as a weapon. They are before they were used for personal reasons. Now they are used as private groups used to spread propaganda and cover the addition of citizens to political groups. So everyday conversations has been subtly politicized and radicalized also. So there is digital volunteering and digital targeting and micro targeting for different people with different opinions, and there are incentives also. So for example, you can take apps such as Kamal Connect, Sarl Nation with Namo, and Congress apps related to smart cards, party rules. So here feedback driven management apps are also in use. So you can see how important and how there's a shift from the traditional to digital usage. So, looking into the democratic implications, now there is blurred lines between what is ads and what is propaganda now, because even in WhatsApp or even in other social media, we can see propaganda as well as ads as well as the content. So now we are trying, as this generation, we are trying to differentiate between what is news and what is for the general audience. So here again there is encrypted misinformation outspaces the fact checking, and it brings in viewer perception and weaken the democratic choice altogether. So here as a propaganda we all are being controlled through the information given. So looking as a way forward, first strengthening the fact checking and digital literacy, which is a very good point. And next, bringing in civil society and media must stay vigilant, and citizens must critically engage to protect the democracy. Now, the next article, a move that endangers the right to vote. So, here the Election Commission of India plans to link the Aadhaar with the voter IDs. So, let us look into the consequences of this move. So, what would be the threat? So, first is the threat to right to vote, basically. So, here there would be mass uh, disenfranchisement. So, here basically someone is taken away from the right of their privilege. So, here it is the right to vote. uh, Through this linking, it brings in systematic errors and exclusions, as mostly it is digitally involved. Next is privacy infringement, as a universal franchise would be linked with the Aadhaar card, where it has address proofs and all, and undermines the universal suffrage. So next is voluntary in name only. So here it brings the idea of coercive practice, where through linking the Aadhaar with the voter ID. So it is voluntary just in the namesake. So here there is no real option to come out of. And 66 crore Aadhaar numbers are being seeded. So here seeded means it is used for different purposes. So almost 66 crore Aadhaar numbers are being manipulated for different information. So linking Aadhaar card with the voter ID would be for privacy infringement, and at the same time it will be bringing in uh, interrupted misinformations. And next is having cohesive legal framework. So this can stand as a cohesive legal framework. And finally, there would be data sharing violations, as that since the information are linked with, since the other information linked through many sectors and many platforms, it can have a data sharing violations. Next is harm to the marginalized voters. So here it includes elderly, disabled, and migrant workers, where their right to vote had been infringed. Next is diminished dignity and the trust. So here again, it violates the procedural fairness, as why it is harm to marginal voters, because we all know that Aadhaar can be unfit for the electoral use, as it is not the proof of citizenship, as even non-citizens are allowed, non-citizens are eligible for Aadhaar after 180 days. So even the High Court and the UIDAI rulings are brought in that Aadhaar cannot be a proof for citizenship. So it is a residency based ID. So having an ID on based on the residency and the information related to it, it can be a harm to the marginalized community in itself. So it can bring down the trust of the workers, and also there is no time bound appeals. It is not mandatory, and even if there issues arises, and finally it violates the procedural fairness. So here, what are the risks? So ECI, that is the Election Commission of India, tried to link Aadhaar with the voter ID through the National Electoral Purification and Authentication Program (NERPAP), which resulted in 55 lakhs of wrongful deletions. So here again, so we know that this is disenfranchisement and voter profiling. This is one of the risks, where it brings in the data of the citizens, where even non-eligible citizens are being there. So this data was on 2015. So here there is voter surveillance as well as profiling. So voting right would be one of the right for any citizens, as if it is linked with the Aadhaar card. Here again, your vote would be surveilled. And finally, data cross referring for political gain. So it brings an algorithm, it brings a data on different biases towards political parties, and this can even systematically alter the uh, democratic idea of a election in itself. We need of what would be the way forward. There is a need for constitutional alternative. So having error prone Aadhaar database, then according to the comptroller and auditor general of India findings, there are duplications and faulty biometrics when it comes to Aadhaar linking, as we have seen how there are deletions of the profiles also. So we need for AECI's independence and separation of powers again, and traditional verification methods such as door-to-door verification, independent audits, and grievance redressal and social audits and compliance would be very, very important. So this is a mains practice question. The proposal to link Aadhaar with voter IDs raises significant concerns regarding citizens' right to vote, privacy and electoral integrity, and critically analyze. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you are at till the end of the video. Don't forget to give a like, comment and share. And to further not to miss any other content, subscribe to our channel. Thank you and have a nice day.